Hello, everyone. This is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of I, the Dragon, Cruel and Beautiful, Rabbit Hole, Lore and Frey, and the upcoming Jaw of the Dragon. The last couple of weeks have been interesting, in which someone, Jeff Grubb from GiantBomb.com, came out and alluded to the fact that HiFi Rush was a failure. He was very explicit in his video. He was very explicit in his podcast. He was very explicit when describing the situation. There was a reason this thing blew up the way it did. There's a reason people got so upset with him. And immediately he backtracked and tried to downplay what he said. And that was, yes, HiFi Rush was a bomb, right? That is clearly observable. We can clearly 100% say that. Anyone saying otherwise is just delusional, okay? And the reason Microsoft, YouTubers, Shills, and others are so invested in seeing HiFi Rush succeed is the fact that it is a title that was meant to push Xbox Game Pass, right? Admitting that HiFi Rush did not do well is, by extension, admitting that Xbox Game Pass did not do well. And admitting Xbox Game Pass did not do well is admitting that Xbox is not doing well. And admitting that is admitting that Xbox is a dying brand and can't compete with Nintendo, right? I know that usually I fixate on PlayStation and PC, and there's a very good reason for that. Xbox is such an irrelevant brand, it's honestly not even worth talking about. It is not quite like Steam Deck tier of irrelevant, right? It's not quite that bad yet, but it really is getting to that point. It's getting to the point where, like, I was watching this video from Jeff Grubb talking about, like, oh, we're talking about the future of Xbox and what Microsoft is going to do. Why is anyone talking about Microsoft at all at this point? Like, I have not seen a game that I was interested in them from them since Scalebound. And after they canceled that, I have no interest in, like, anything they do, like, ever again. All right? Like, it's over. Okay? No returning from that. No second chances. It's over. You know, I bought an Xbox One for that. Okay? Like, I legit... You know, being a wonderful 101 fan, being like, you know, one of those people who had to go through the Bayonetta 2 exclusivity deal, like, I saw Scalebound get it confirmed for Xbox and immediately just got an Xbox, right? I did everything I, as a consumer, was supposed to do in that situation. And what happened? I got burned by it. You know, to this day, I mean, I managed to make the Xbox work, right? You know, I never owned an Xbox before. I didn't have a machine in which I could play something like Ninja Gaiden Black or anything like that. There are things that, like, I got out of Xbox. You know, I discovered Dead or Alive because I have that Xbox, right? So it's not. I would never say that, like, it was a completely worthless purchase or anything like that. At the very least, I prefer it to my PS3, right? Like, at the very least, like, the Xbox kind of convinced me that, like, yeah, I am a bigger Xbox fan than a PlayStation one. But, like, it's still not a great console, you know, like, there's no real internal developer that really, like, makes the hardware shine and really comes up with cool, unique, innovative ideas. Like, one of my favorite developers of all time, Rareware, was ruined by Microsoft, right? Microsoft is the company that introduced, like, paid online and all these terrible practices that just have ruined the industry, permeated everything, and just made everything terrible, right? Microsoft is absolutely one of the problems. And I don't see enough people talking about it. You know, I don't see a lot of people. First of all, HiFi Rush is not that good to begin with, right? Like, you know, I've seen gameplay. It's like 8 hours long. You know, there are so many better action games from the same developers that are better. But people have, like, we're so intent on pushing this idea that this game was a huge success that you just get this idea that it was, like, born from a sense of desperation. You know what I mean? Like, people are just desperately trying to convince you that this game, this developer, this console maker is somehow competitively viable in 2023, which is clearly not the case. Like, I am just, like, baffled by just the worship that HiFi Rush has gotten, and baffled by just the backlash to a very accurate observation that this game did not do as well as it should have, considering how much it was pushed, considering how it was on the Xbox Game Pass service, which supposedly should have at least 30 million subscribers. How many of those 30 million subscribers actually played Hi-Fi Rush? Xbox is just losing money developing games like this and throwing them on Xbox Game Pass. They're not getting more subscribers. They're just going to make Xbox Game Pass more expensive and continue milking anyone who naively stays subscribed to the service. Right? That is Xbox Game Pass. That is the situation we are in. That is what we are seeing. That is what we are observing. The Xbox Game Pass, Hi-Fi Rush, and the Xbox brand as a whole is failing, propped up only by the fact that Microsoft is one of the biggest tech companies on the planet.